Hey, what's up, fam? Happy Thursday at the time that I'm recording this. Hope you all had an amazing day. The first week of the year, jumping right back in there into your goals, into your dreams. Many of you going back to work, school, whatever the case may be. And listen, if you caught my live on yesterday, I talked about building bigger stages. But here's something that I did not talk about, and look, this is literally, I can't call it all the way unscripted because I wrote down, I was in the middle of my own private meditation and journal time. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to go live. Yes, I did stop to freshen my face because I had been crying and had a whole moment before going live because it was such a mind blown emoji moment. And I was like, I have to go talk to my people and give them this fresh download about how we have looked at success all wrong, all wrong. So listen, if you have just jumped in and we're new to one another, my name is Melissa D. White, international keynote TEDx speaker, author, and coach, founder of the Activation Coaching International Activation Nation community. Many of you are already members of the community, and if you are a member, go ahead and speak back. If you are watching right now, watching live, tap in because I'm about to deal with some lies. Y'all ready to deal with the lie? I am ready to hit some lies head on and expose the truth. I'm here tonight to give you the truth about success because my goodness, and I'm gonna give it to you straight. I'm gonna give it to you the same way it came to me over the last, I say, hour and a half that I've been sitting writing this all started in the car. I was in the car today driving on my way home, and I've been listening to Coach Myron Golden. He is like one of my dream coaches to work with, and he was really talking about like mindset and success principles. And we, those of you who have felt successful, how many of you, by show of hands or hearts, like you would say, "Hey, I've had some success. I might not be where I want to be, but I've done something with myself." And we all have a different definition of what success is. And I've got to be all the way honest with you. Over like the course of getting, as I ease into, because I've been easing, so I didn't jump right into 2024. I've been easing my way in, you know what I'm saying? I've been coming out of holiday mode and getting into my goals. And so as I've been easing into 2024, the messages that I'm getting, I'm learning to filter. Okay, God, is this for me to sit with, or is this for the people? And this one is for all of us. This message is for me, for you, your mama, your kids, your employees, whatever. So if you're there, just speak back real quick. I want to know that you're here. I want to know who I'm talking to tonight, because if you're watching right now live or you catch the replay, this is for you. This is for you to look at success completely different. This y'all, I you ever look back at your notes in your own journal and your mind is like, I don't believe, what did I just write down? And that's how I know it's not me. It's bigger than me, and it's meant for more than me, and it's meant for you. So I'm just waiting to see some comments, some hearts, some likes. Hello LinkedIn family, hello Facebook family, and all of our communities. I see some Activation Nation folks on here. Speak back, give me a name, where you're from, and literally you might want to get a notepad. I'm just hey Valerie, love you sis, a loyal member of our community, not able to share it. You want to send it to a friend. Okay, you might be watching inside of our private group. I can either send you the link or you can watch it on our YouTube channel and share it. But I'll make sure you get it to the person who needs it, because I promise you, you're gonna want to hear this. This is a note-taking session. Listen. This ain't Coach Melissa. I'm about to teach it and make it plain. And I'm literally going to give you this myth buster. Okay. Going to give you this myth buster the same way it just knocked me upside my head. I'm not gonna filter what God just gave me. Y'all ready? Like I have to. I've learned with y'all. I have to give a disclaimer. I have to tell you, if I'm Coach Melissa right now, if I'm ministering, you might get a little bit of preaching, teaching going on. I'm gonna put it out there, And at the time that I'm doing this, it's almost 7:30 p.m. at night. So if you ain't ready for like a teaching mode, I'm sorry. But or if you need to say, hey, you know what? Let me come back to this when I can like really write it down, or let me listen to it now, get it in my spirit, and then come back and listen to it again with my notepad. All right, let me. If you're ready, just say ready, and I'm going there. Hello to my LinkedIn family. I see some of y'all tapped in. You are on here on from LinkedIn. I'm glad about it. Hello, Facebook family again. I see some of our Activation Nation community. Shonda, so excited to see you, girl. Love that you stay connected with me from LinkedIn, Activate Today, and now over here. So, all right, ready. I see some readies. All right, I see somebody that's Facebook user. I don't know your name. Tell me your name because I love to show my people some love. Y'all, if you know me, you know this iPad goes with me everywhere I go. God help me if I make sure I bag this thing up because it's got my whole brain and my whole life in there. Tiana, love it, love it, love it. Tiana, so great to have you. Congratulations. I see if you had some new appointments and success. But all right, let me focus because, like I said, you about to get some teaching preaching. Sorry, not sorry. All right, that's what y'all about to get. Is that Dr. A? Okay, cool. Thank you. Because for some reason, some of y'all like to say your name, some I can't. And I always like to honor my people and I like to speak to y'all because y'all speak back in that. Okay. Anyway, I'm literally some of you may be spiritual, you might not. If you're a part of my community, if you're connected to me, hello, Brian Sutherland. Happy New Year to you, brother. Always happy to see you present in whatever shape or form. So again, like disclaimer, I don't care what you believe. This gonna hit you one way or another. All right. But as for me, I am a woman of faith. I have faith-based communities and communities of executive men and women where I help you speak your expertise to find your voice, build your stage, and also the author of The Entrepreneurial Profit, Obeying God in Your Business. And you about to get a blended message about how to change your mind, what God wants to say to change your mind and stop thinking the old thing and walk into the new thing, and to redefine what success looks like. All right, cool. So I see more of you come in the room. We're ready to get this party started. Catch my breath. Myth number one. You're ready for it? Myth number one is some people will say, sweet, Happy New Year, girl. Myth number one is study your wins so you repeat them. How many of you have heard people say that? As I sip my water, how many of you have heard people say you need to study your wins so you know how to repeat your success? And give me some hearts and some lights. Y'all got to talk back to me so I can get this out. If y'all don't talk back to me, I can't get this out. Yeah, I've heard people say that. Study your wins. All right, study your wins. Lie. And somebody just drop an X. And so you heard that yesterday? I have said it. I've said it to y'all. But I told y'all, I'm in a preaching, teaching mode. I can't help it. I'm going to give this to you raw, just how it came to me, unfiltered. And the first myth about study, oh, wait a minute. What'd you say? They say that when you get it right. Oh, you must know what I'm about to say. What happens when you get it wrong? You can't study a win that you don't have yet. Let me say that again. Remember yesterday, for those of you who watched yesterday or go back and watch the replay about Build Your Stage, and I talked about disappointment. I didn't start teaching about disappointment. I'm working on that message. I'm working on that message like it's a Sunday morning sermon. And I'm going to come back to y'all about disappointment. But how do you study a win you haven't accomplished yet? How many of y'all ready for the truth? Somebody type truth. Type truth if you want the truth to bust up that myth. This myth number one. Myth number one is study your wins so you can repeat them. Okay, truth. All right, some of y'all are ready for the truth. Some of y'all are ready. I'm waiting to see if the rest of y'all are ready. Truth. Okay, I got some truth tellers out here. The truth is, you do not study your wins. You celebrate the win. Study the loss. Celebrate the win and study the loss. Y'all got that? You got that in your spirit? You got that in your notes? Study the win. Celebrate the win. Celebrate the win. Study the loss. I've gone through a season where to the open public and the community and the people that kind of know me and think they know me, oh, Melissa, you winning. But in my mind, I was disappointed in what looked like a win just because I did it wasn't really a win because the goal I set out to accomplish wasn't what I got. So I finished, but I didn't win. That's like, okay, let me help y'all out. Let me help the saints that's trying to catch up. All right. I told y'all I'm kind of rock with me. Some of y'all are used to me in a coach mode. You kind of getting you just gonna get it how I got it. I'm no more disclaimers from here on out. You can finish a game because you did not forfeit. But somebody in that game had to win and somebody had to lose. There were not multiple winners. There wasn't like a first place winner and a second place winner in a basketball game. Don't work like that. So how can you study a win if you were the loser? Okay. That's the team that goes back to watch the highlight reel, learn what they did wrong, and let's just say they got another game tomorrow. Okay. This is coming to be fresh as I'm explaining to y'all. Because I was like, Lord, you're gonna have to help me explain this to people so that they get it, because we trying to change some minds, and I want to make sure that this ain't hard for them to get. So y'all got it. Just drop a got it in the chat so I know y'all are all right. Because I'm just on number 1 and I got 4 of these to get through. All right. Y'all with me? Just say with you. Just say with you, and I know you're with me. I'm waiting. Like I want to make okay, cool. All right. Y'all still here. Y'all still with me. Okay. Celebrate the win. Study the loss. All right. I don't know if over the holiday break or somewhere in your downtime for the Netflix people, I very rarely watch TV, and when I do, it's probably I'm looking for the latest movie on Netflix, where my algorithm updates and recommends movies to me. And it kept recommending this movie, Air Jordan or whatever. The movie is about Michael Jordan, yes, but it's more so about Nike and how Nike was not first place in terms of athletic sneakers. It was Converse had the biggest share of the market. Adidas had the second biggest share. And Nike at the time, this was in like 1984, 1985, when Michael Jordan was still a freshman in North Carolina, 18 years old, and then nobody know his name. All right? Are y'all with me? If you ain't seen the movie, go watch it. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I'm trying to make a point. I'm trying to make a point about celebrating wins and studying losses. All right? I don't remember the guy's name, but Matt Damon. Matt Damon's character in the movie is essentially the high school and college scout who was supposed to go find athletes that they wanted to give deals to. Okay. And he could not find the right player. Like Nike was not doing well. They had just won public. They really weren't doing all that good. Converse was kicking their butt. Everybody was wearing Converse and Adidas back in the 80s. Wasn't nobody thinking about no Nike. Okay. The point I'm making here is at the time, nobody knew who Michael Jordan was. He did not have enough wins under his belt for him to be recognizable that way. But because the winning player at the time on his team, who was on the roster, had transferred to another school, meaning the number 1 person got out the way. So now he could shine and go from number 2 to number 1. Why? Because while other people were looking at the person winning, the MVP on the team, he was practicing his shots. And what happened was when Matt Damon was looking for players to endorse and give money to and give them a sneaker deal and all of that, people were looking at Michael Jordan, but Michael Jordan kept saying, I'm not going to Nike, I'm not going to Nike, I'm not going to Nike, because he wanted to go where everybody else was going. Okay. But when it came time, Matt Damon's character, he's a real life person, but his character, the scout in the movie, he was sitting at home one night. Y'all, please stay tapped in with me. Don't go nowhere, because this is going to blow your mind. He was watching the highlight reels of a game Michael Jordan was playing as a freshman, an 18-year-old freshman at North Carolina. And he realized that when Michael Jordan scored a specific 3-point shot, that was not an accident. Okay? It wasn't, he realized, he watched it, and he was watching 2 TVs at the same time. This back in the 80s. He had 2 box set TVs. He had one watching basketball highlight reels and one watching regular TV. And the regular TV had a commercial on it with Arthur Ashe. And it was something Arthur Ashe said, and it made him look at the game different. Arthur Ashe was talking about losses and all this stuff like that. Anyway, back to Michael Jordan. Matt Damon, finally, he has watched this reel over and over and over again. Why? Because people told you you're supposed to study the success and the win so you can repeat it. He was trying to figure out what Michael Jordan did differently this game to not lose. He studied all the losses, all the times that Michael Jordan did not get the shot. And he realized that game was different because Michael Jordan was not scared when he got the ball. He was in position. And everybody on the team faked like they were going to give it to somebody else. And they finally got it to the person that nobody expected. Why? Because he was the rookie, the freshman, the loser, the bench guy. He was not the guy that they would give the ball to. Michael Jordan was not the person they were going to give the ball to. Somebody understood, let me go study the losses. Let me go study the underdog that's been practicing and they've been waiting and they've been shooting their shots and they've been showing up and he's been relaxed and calm. Why is an 18-year-old rookie who is not even used to the limelight yet standing there calm, waiting for somebody to pass the ball? Because he studied the loss before he celebrated a win. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Prior to this, nobody knew Michael Jordan's name. I mean, he was kind of hot in terms of like college players, but they weren't real. That was checking for him, but not for real. And nobody even believed. Number one, Nike gave this man a budget of $250,000 and told him to go get 3 players. He said, "Can I just put everything on one?" Are you studying your losses enough to bet it all on the one thing, the one idea that God gave you, the one business you know you're supposed to do? Some of you are diversifying when you're not supposed to. You're supposed to be studying your losses so you can perfect and finish the one thing and not doing 3 or 4 or 5 different things. Okay, let me get back on task. I told you I was going to be preaching, teaching. I can't help it. Because this is so good. It's so, y'all with me? Y'all all right? Y'all all right? This just number one. This just number one. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Y'all, I'm giving this to you how it came to me. Y'all all right, LinkedIn? Y'all all right, Facebook? Y'all all right, YouTube? Okay. Let me calm down. Let me sip some water. Brian, I'm glad you're hanging in there with me, brother. I'm going somewhere with this. Y'all, you know why I'm giving this to you like this? Because 2023 made me feel defeated. I celebrated a win too soon because my desired outcome, like I finished, that was only part of my win. But did I get the desired outcome and result of why I did the thing in the first place? Stop celebrating the win too soon and go back and say, how do I minimize my losses quickly? Because for any athletes out there, if you're in your season, it's football season, it's basketball season, you ain't got time to cry about the loss because you got another game tomorrow. You got to go study that thing and figure out what you did wrong and pivot and change and run a new play quickly. It even says in the word, there will come, night will come when no man can work. What does that mean? There will come a time when there is day for you to study and get it right, but then night will come where you won't get the chance to fix it and get it right. So in 2023, I'm just talking about me. I don't know what you went through in 2023, but disappointment almost took me out because I'm like, God, I'm doing everything you said do. I'm checking all the boxes you told me to check. I'm writing the books. I'm talking to the people. I'm speaking on the stages. But this look crazy. This don't look nothing like how you said. He said, because you've never done it before. You're expecting to win at something you've never done before, and you just got in the game. I need you to know what this loss feel like so you get everything out of you that's not supposed to be there. I need you to know what loss feel like so that the person you used to be can come up and be who you need to be to win. Which leads me to number 2. Myth number 2. Somebody type number 2. Just type the number 2. Yeah, y'all ready? Y'all all right? I love y'all. I love y'all a whole lot. That's why I'm here. If I didn't love y'all, I wouldn't share this. I keep this to myself. All right. Number 2. People will tell you being authentic means staying the same. Oh, I gotta stay down. I gotta be the same Melissa that you knew me from Birmingham. You knew me from the block. You knew me from high school. And they'll the moment they see that you moving different, oh, you changing. You changing. But we like to call that I'm being my authentic self. I'm keeping it real, if they still say that. Okay, I can go there. That's a myth. That's a myth. Staying down. Okay. Y'all ready for the truth? Somebody type truth because I'm ready. I'm coming out the gate swinging, y'all. I'm giving this to you the same way it came to me. All right. Somebody type truth if you're ready for the truth. I got 2 truths. All right, truth. All right. You know what, Valerie? I'm glad you said it. You said I'm supposed to be changing to stay in this journey of becoming. Okay, let me talk about that though. Let me talk. Yes, you are supposed to change. But what and who are you supposed to change into? For where you have to go. Let me say that again. What and who are you supposed to change into for where you are destined to go? Let me help you out. Let me help you out. Okay. Truth number 1. Whew, can y'all see that? I told y'all, God wasn't playing with me today. We dealing with some mindsets. Truth number 1. You must come up and become. Come up and become. Let say it again. Come up and become who God said you are. Some of y'all believe other stuff. Whatever you believe, you can put that in the blank. Okay. Whoever the universe said you're supposed to be, I don't know. Whoever you know you good and well you're supposed to be, and you playing with your promise, not your potential. If you know me, you know I don't like the word potential, but that's another story for another day. You playing with your promise. Because if you are not the person that you are purposed to be, your promise will not know you when it finds you. If you do not become who you are purposed to be, your promise will miss you because it will not recognize you. So Valerie, I'm gonna go back and put what Valerie said on the screen because a lot of y'all, she in the right direction. She on the right highway, but let me get you in the right lane. Because she says, I'm supposed to be changing to stay on this journey. Problem is, sometimes people change into somebody they don't like. They change into emulating and imitating and duplicating someone else who is successful, but that is not their prescribed way of who they are supposed to be. You ever tried to be like a successful person because they're successful and you start talking like them? You may not be trying to, but you start quoting them. I'm not saying don't follow and listen to successful people. You should. You need them in your circle. You need them. You need to hang around eagles. But even eagles understand how to be the eagle that they called to be. They ain't trying to be like the other eagle next to them. I'm good over here. My feathers and my wings, we straight. But I'm going to hang out with you and be the eagle that I'm called to be. I ain't trying to change my feathers and my colors to look like you because we both eagles and we good. So the problem is people are saying I'm being authentic under the guise and the sabotage of staying in the same place. Some of y'all some of us, you gonna mess around and authenticate yourself out your blessing under the name of being real, but you are sabotaging your success because you are unclear of who you change to be. Let me help y'all out. I said, Melissa, that's cool, but who am I supposed to be? Who did God say you are? You may be like, Melissa, I don't know. That's your assignment in this life. Some of you have had dreams, crazy dreams, and you dismissing it as a sandwich you ate, or that pork, or that drink. What? No. Some of you have had specific dreams. I just watched a video tonight. Tabitha Brown, America's Auntie. Tabitha Brown just said her memories popped up on Facebook, and I believe it was like one of her very first videos she did. I don't remember if it was from 2016 to 2018. But I don't know. Tab been at this a long time. She was doing a video talking about visions and dreams, and how literally she had a vision and a dream that God gave her for the life she's supposed to live. And it looked crazy. It didn't match. 2018. Thank you. Sweet has seen the same video, obviously. Okay. I watched it tonight. I told y'all this messed me up. This all started in the car about 2 hours ago. When I sat in my car in the driveway and I'm watching Tabitha Brown, I'm like, oh God, this message is weaving itself together. But anyway, Tabitha Brown understood, I'm going to have to become and do what other people say is crazy, but it's assigned to me. It's going to look crazy. You will feel crazy because it don't exist yet. Oh, hold on. I'm getting into my next one. Let me not get ahead of myself. Let me stick with authentic because I'm about to go somewhere else. Y'all all right? Just drop some waving hand emojis and say yes. I need to check on y'all. I'm just making sure y'all good. Truth. You must come up and become who God said you are. Your highest self. Your job in this life is to be the highest version of yourself that you were created to be, so that you have the equipment, the tools, and the identity of the one to solve the problem assigned to you. Let me give you a quick example before I move on to my next one. Some of you may or may not know. If you know me, then you may know this story. If you don't know me, again, my name is Melissa D. White, but before I was an international speaker, author, coach, the dream, the assignment was for me to work with kids. Okay, let me help you out if we don't know each other yet. I don't work with kids. God bless them. I'm not a teacher. I'm not an educator. I'm a generational entrepreneur. And the last thing I ever wanted was to be an entrepreneur. Never wanted it. If you read my book, The Entrepreneur Prophet, there's a whole chapter on that I didn't ask to be an entrepreneur. It was assigned and it was called. That's a whole other story. But where I'm going with that story is, at the same time that I accepted my call to ministry, that's when I began to have visions, dreams, and get instructions about a program for youth. And I was like, you can't be talking to me, God. There's no way. I ignored it for 2 years. From 2014 to 2016, I was scribbling his notes in my journal, but I was like, ain't no way there a youth program? Not this chick. But it took someone outside of me who was assigned to pull me up to my mountaintop. You need some mountaintop people. You need some. I'll explain to you what mountaintop people are. Some of y'all playing at the bottom of the mountain when you belong at the top of the mountain, but the air is thin up there and it hurt to get up there. And there's rocks and it's scary and it's high and you ain't never been up there before. But you're going to need somebody that's looking up high and God been talking to them about you, and they're going to pull you up and say, no, son, no, daughter, you don't belong down here. You belong up here. You got to come up and become, because there's some tools for you on the mountain. There's an audience for you on the mountain. See, successful people, They are authentically who they are in the season. That does not mean you do not change and you remain the same. Now, there may be some core principles to who you are that don't change, but for the most part, you might have to die. I mean, really die to yourself. In 2023, I had to die. This is not 2023 Melissa. This should this you should not be 2023 Sweet. This should not be 2023 Brian or Valerie or Martisa or whoever is watching. I had to die to what I did in the past. My old success don't mean nothing today. What I did last year don't mean nothing today. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Because there is yet more work for you to do that eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, neither has it entered into the Son of Man. So how you gonna study something that ain't happened yet? You go sit with your dreams, you sit with your visions, you pray, you talk to God, and like Tabitha Brown said, is Lord, this look crazy. You want me on here cooking vegan food on these people internet and on TikTok, and I don't know what. And she said it in the video. She said, I don't know what I'm doing. If y'all really came to kick it with me for a day, about 20 times a day, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. The Lord is saying, Melissa, have the retreat. I don't know what I'm doing. He's saying, I need you to go to the nations. I need you to go to India. I need you to go to the Bahamas. I'm calling you to France. I'm calling you to Africa. This black girl from Birmingham, Alabama, God, I don't know what I'm doing. You're waiting. And you've been comfortable at the level you are because at that level, you know what you're doing. And you've mistaken that for success. And success is not knowing what you're doing, it is the willingness to not know and to give it your all and to become something that you've never had to be before. It's success is being willing to die to failure, to being poor, to being broke, to living the cycle and saying, I will lay on the sword and sacrifice myself so that I can sacrifice today and live better tomorrow. That's real success. Real success ain't being comfortable and knowing what I do every day. No. It is a turn by turn GPS directional day every day. Now, don't get it twisted. I got a strategic plan, but I have to leave room for some emergency turns and some detours and some rerouting along the way because it happens all the time. But some of y'all can't handle that life because you think success is knowing it all. You think success is having the answers. You think success is being the one in the room that know everything. I got sick of being a know-it-all. I had to die to being a know-it-all. Successful people are not the know-it-all. As a matter of fact, some of the most successful people I know a whole lot about a lot, and they'll never open their mouths. They are students in the room. They're the ones with the iPads and the notebooks, and they're asking you, hey, how did you do that? What's your idea? What are you working on next? What do you need funding for? They are asking and studying. They are growing and developing. They're not coming in the room with answers. They came looking for an answer. That is the successful person. Y'all still with me? Let me check on y'all. That's just number 2. The lowest form of you. I'm just reading my notes. If y'all want my notes, just DM me. I'm in a Cliff Notes version. The lowest form of you, meaning the old you. Y'all still with me? I love y'all. I'm glad y'all still with me. I'm learning. I got to talk to y'all this time of night. During the day, y'all be at work, and I think y'all really want to shout or like say something back, and you can't because you're sitting at your desk. Somebody says send a note, DM me, and I promise to goodness I don't care. I'll see the notes, no problem. Because I want you to get it. I want you to get it. All right. My next point, and I told you I wrote all this like in the last hour. Whew, thank you, Jesus. Is this good to y'all? Because I'm just on number 2. I got 2 more to go. Don't go. Just hang in there with me. Hang in there, okay? The lowest form of you, meaning the old you, can't handle the highest form of you. Old me and new me can't exist at the same time. Old you and new you can't exist at the same time. Ain't no lukewarm. Ain't no in between. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Here's the visual I have right now. Y'all rock with me on this, okay? If you got on an elevator, some of y'all might know where I'm going with this. Would you get on an elevator to go up? If you on the ground floor, can't get no lower in life. You at rock bottom, and you're on an elevator. Pastor Jasmine, I love you. Thank you for jumping in. Yeah, you can't be old you and new you at the same time. Just like you can't get on that elevator when you at rock bottom, and God send you an answer, and He send you an open door, and He send you a way out. You can't stay down and come up at the same time. That's a lie. You ever heard somebody say that in the hood? I'm gonna stay down till I come up. Liar, liar. You sound like a crazy person. You sound like a double-minded man, and a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. I am not old and new at the same time. You can't stay down while you come up. You can't do both, boo. Set the people free, God. Set the people free. Set the people free. The lowest you. The lowest. Did we just be saying stuff, Val? We be repeating people because it sound good. But what sound good gonna mess some of y'all up because you speaking curses and you speaking lies and you stuck in the bondage of old you when new you is screaming to come out and new you is ready for the promise and new you is like, please become me already so we can get to the promise and to the people we're assigned to, which leads me to my next one. You ever have people tell you, get in new rooms where nobody knows you? It's not a lie, but I'm going to change the language. Okay? It's not a lie. Yes, you need the new room. Yes, you need the new group. But language matters. Because someone said, you need to get in rooms with people that don't know you. Let me help you out. I'm just reading my notes. I'm going to give it to you how he gave it to me. Your room. Just so y'all help me, Holy Spirit. Your room at your new level will know you. Your room at your new level will know you if you go into the new room becoming and walking in the new person. They don't know you when you're the old person because they don't recognize you. They're like, wait, they don't belong here. Why? How they know? Because you're uncomfortable and you walking like you don't belong there because, you don't belong there. Okay, I'm not shouting at y'all. I love y'all. I'm not shouting. Let me use my inside voice. I love y'all so much. Your room at your new level will know you. Let me tell you a quick story. So y'all still with me? Y'all all right? Y'all share this with anybody yet? Don't be stingy. Don't be on here changing your mindset and learning about what success really is and not telling somebody. Don't be that person. Go ahead and hit that share button. Let me tell you what happened. Short version of the story, I made a decision somewhere around the end of Q3 and the Q4. And I was like, I work at home. I'm a caregiver full-time. Some of you might not know that. So I'm a full-time entrepreneur and a full-time caregiver to my grandmother. Y'all, if y'all know her, y'all know that's my bestie. She go everywhere I go. And I'm in ministry and still somewhere traveling in between all that. Anyway, and I realized I was hurting myself in isolation and not getting into the room. So like successful people say, get into rooms where people don't know you. So I was like, I need to network. I'm walking in the same circles and it's just, I feel stuck. I need some new rooms and some new people. Well, here's what happened today. So after, I guess it's been about even 4 months, maybe 3 months, that I have with great intention been going to my local chambers of commerce, 2 or 3 of them. I've been going to like networking events, and I'm not talking about the kind you can find online. I'm talking about like private invite into rooms with like millionaires and people. I'm like, whoa, like I gotta be a new me when I go in here. Some of y'all scared to be a new you because you feel like it's fake, and it only feels fake because you ain't died yet. I'm trying to get off of that. The new you in the new room feels fake to you. It feel like you're not yourself because you just ain't came up yet. You still dying. You still got some more dying to do. Anyway, been going to these networking events. Not in the county where I live, but a county adjacent to me, a little bit further south. And that's a different income bracket. They do business at a different level in that. And I was like, now the ministry where I'm assigned is in that county. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's one thing to drive all the way down to the church, but I got to do business over here. And I'm like, I got to get uncomfortable. Well, what happened is that today I went into a room. I went into a women's leadership breakfast this morning. 8 o'clock in the morning, I walk into this women's leadership breakfast. And about 4 or 5 women, I walk in the door, and I'm like, hey, Melissa, hey, Melissa, hey, Melissa. I'm like, I met you a week ago. I met you a month ago. Like, there is some women, let me be clear. Some women had seen me before because I've been working that new room, this new network. Some of those women never seen me a day in their life, but they were walking up to me like, girl, it's good to see you again. I said, what you mean again? I've seen you before. That ain't nothing but the Holy Spirit. You ever had somebody walk up to you and they just know, oh, it's so good to have you. Oh, welcome, but you belong here. You're like, how you know me? And they're like, I didn't see you. No, you saw me in the spirit. No, I'm who I'm supposed to be, so you recognize me now. I have had that happen to me. Well, I have met people repeatedly. Y'all ever been networking and y'all know what I'm talking about? And some people are like, I don't remember you. And then all of a sudden one day they're like, oh, you that girl. Some of y'all gonna hear that this year. Oh, you're that girl. Oh, you're that woman. Oh, you're that CEO. Oh, I've been looking for you. Oh, you know what? You're exactly what I needed. Man, some of y'all are going to hear that and they ain't never met you in the natural. They've never set foot in a room with you. They've never laid eyes on you. But because they're very clear about the answer they need and you finally became the answer, they're going to recognize you as the answer. Somebody catch that. If I had walked in with the discouragement and the disappointment of 2023, if I had walked in with the burdens of life on me, if I had walked in complaining about what didn't happen in my business, if I had walked in with my head down, they would not know me. Some people don't know you because you're still old you. I think about Joseph in the Bible. When he stood in his position as prime minister, his brothers did not know him. Why? Because knew him was a governor, knew him was a prime minister. And at the level where he was, the king recognized him as an answer. At the level where he was, after what he went through, after he went through his dying process, after he went through the pit from his dream, after he had to go through prison, he went from a pit to the prison to a palace. And when he got to the palace, they knew, oh, Joseph is our answer. Joseph is the one that's going to build a storehouse. But when the brothers came back, the ones who grew up with them, the ones that knew him when he was just a dreamer, the ones that knew, just like Tabitha Brown, come on, somebody, the ones that knew him the ones that knew him from back home in the hometown, the ones that knew him when he was living at home with his mama and his daddy, they didn't recognize the new him. Why? Because he was not their answer anymore. I'm still talking about success, miss. Old Joseph had no place up there being governor. He had to go through a pit and a prison to get to a palace. Don't get stuck in your pit calling yourself successful. You're not palace ready when you in the pit. You ain't came through your pit process yet. You ain't studied your losses yet. You hadn't looked at your highlight reels yet. And you think you won because, oh, I finished it. But did it accomplish the assignment that it was destined for? Oh, I wrote the book, but did you market it? Did you get it in front of people? Did you tell everybody in your phone and on your friends list about it? Did you put it out there? Did you promote it? Or you like, well, oh, I finished it, so it's done. I'm talking to me. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking to me. I mean, calm down. I'm talking to me. I'm talking to me. If it's for you too, then okay. All right. I wanted to be done by 8 o'clock, but it's got too good to me. Y'all all right? Drop me some hearts, some emojis. I'm checking on y'all. Y'all all right? Y'all ready for the last one? Oh, wait. Before I move on to number 4, let me read this to you. I'm talking to you too. I'm glad I'm not by myself. But like I said, this had to hit me upside my head first before I can talk to y'all like this, because this is how I talk to myself in my head. Some of y'all can't handle that, and I'm sorry, but if you still watching, it's for you. It's for you. And if you're watching the replay, it's for you too. Before I move on to number 4, though, let me finish my thought. Let me stay on track here. I'm gonna read it to you just how I wrote it for the note takers in the room. New level equals waiting on you. So the people at your new level are waiting on you. Okay. Old level. Ooh, this is the shouting part. If we was in church, this is where you flip a pew. Okay. All right. If you were at a football game, this is where you would cheer. New you equals waiting on you. Old you or old level you equals familiar with you. Did y'all catch that? If someone is familiar with you, even if they just met you yesterday, last week, a month ago, they know old you. So they're expecting old you behavior and old you results. So therefore, they don't know successful you. New you, new level you will encounter people who've been waiting on you, which leads me to point number 4. Myth number 4, this is the last one tonight. And I'm gonna let y'all chew on and meditate on everything. This download, because it's somebody drop a mind blown emoji. If you can get to that's me. I'm like, oh Jesus. Okay. Find those who have done what you've done and repeat the process. How many of you have heard that before? This is if you're just joining, I'm talking about the 4 myths of success, like the lies, stuff people say about being successful, but it's not really true. And the mindset we need to change. All right. This is my last one. Thank you, sweet. Mind blown emoji moment. How many of y'all have heard people say that? Find those who have done what you've done and repeat their steps or their success. I've even said it. Like, borrow my blueprint. I'm guilty. Guilty as charged. I've said a lot of these I have said. Probably I think all of them I've said, but I got corrected tonight. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, we're ready for the truth. What if you are the blueprint? Let me help you with that. All right. I'm so glad you asked. Y'all are so good. I'm so glad y'all thinking. Y'all thinking this up here. Like, wait a minute, where you going with this? All right, let me help you out. When they say find those who have done what you know, because I said before, you celebrate a win that ain't happened yet. So when you say, what if you're the blueprint? Some of you are still in the research and development phase, meaning you don't have a complete blueprint yet. For the Bible scholars in the room, somebody help me out. Moses, in a chronological time frame, worked on the ark. Never existed before. He built the ark in the desert. Homie ain't never even seen no rain or no water like that before. And he didn't know what he was a blueprint for, because he hadn't done it. That's what I'm saying. So it's easy to say, well, what if on the blueprint? We don't even know enough to even know if I'm at the right. Yeah, that's Noah, but I don't remember how many years. Like, Noah worked on the ark for 100 and something years. That for my Bible scholars. Are you that committed? to work on something you ain't never seen done before? I mean, seriously. See, his family think he crazy. The whole town talking about him. I mean, they talking about him bad. Some of y'all won't make it through the first day. They picked at me. They're watching me. Let them watch. He prepared the table before me in the presence of my enemies. Some of your enemies coming back to watch and you get scared and you stop doing what you're doing because they're looking at me. Let them look. Let them look at me become. Let them look at me figure it out. Go ahead and mock me now, because then when I succeed, you can't say nothing no more. Now know that you're not on the... Okay. Anyway. Here's the truth. Again, the lie or the myth is find those who have done what you've done and repeat it. Now, please use what I'm saying in proper context. Yes, there are times you need to sit with people who've done what you've done, but I'm here to disrupt that a little bit. I'm here to... That's one level of thinking. Let's go to another level. Y'all ready to go up on the elevator? Remember I said you would not get on the elevator and stay stuck in between. If you knew that elevator was going to stay stuck, if you wouldn't get on no double-minded elevator. So let's go up a level. The truth says, if they have done it already, they don't need you. Y'all let that sit for a minute. If God had already built an ark before, why did he need Noah? Did y'all catch that? Okay, let me put it this way. I don't know if Brian Sutherland is still on here, but I'm going to use Brian because Brian is a successful person in my mind. He's had multiple successful businesses, has poured into me and things like that in different areas and just advised me different things. I'm using you, Brian, for example, for a reason, right? I love you, brother, and I hope you're okay with me going here with this, okay? The mistake I've made in the past, sometimes we try to tell successful people what we can do for them, but it's not really an answer because you trying to tell them about something you do that they've already done or they don't need. That's like selling somebody something that they have no interest in buying. Are y'all with me or y'all with me? Okay. If they've done it already, they don't need you. That's not the definition of an answer. Some of us go to the next level and don't do our homework and our research. When I go to an event, when I get ready to meet with somebody, I do my homework. What have they done? So when I get in the room, the question you should be asking is, y'all ready for it? You need to be asking or finding out what is it they want to do that they need an answer for, resources or people for, that they haven't done yet. When you are in a wealthy room, when you are talking to millionaires and billionaires, they want to give money to people who have done something that they haven't done, but they have the knowledge of how to do it, or they are bold enough to take the risk and try it. Did I lose y'all? Y'all all right? Like, I need y'all talk. I need to know you're getting this. Okay. All right. So Brian Sutherland, who's on here, I don't know if he's still on here or not. I'll use the example. If Brian wants to start a show, a platform, okay, which this is true story. If any one of y'all, if you say, I want to start a podcast, but I ain't never done it before, you wouldn't want, like, if I came to you and I said, let me teach you how to be a speaker, and you're like, Melissa, I've already been on stage. I don't need you. I got this. But the better question would be, hey, what's a goal you want to accomplish? What's a venture you want to start? What's your wildest dream you haven't done? And what's the missing piece for you to do it? That's the better question for a successful person. Successful people don't come tell other successful people how to do something they've already done. Nothing grinds my gears more than when people give me an opinion about, and they don't know enough about me to know what I've done. They're like, have you unsolicited advice grinds my gears. Not that I'm not humble enough to receive it, but some people will misappropriate and misinterpret what level you're on, and they don't realize They talking to an expert from the vantage point of a novice. So you better be very careful that you understand when you talking to a successful person, an investor, somebody with money, an opportunity. If I had the chance to go to a pitch competition, they want to hear something that ain't been done before, and they want it and they want to see it. If Pastor Jasmine is on here, she's in the tech space. They want to see something that ain't been tried before. They want something that's going to disrupt the market. They've heard a million pitches already. They don't want something that they did last season or last year or somebody else's idea. Go ask some rich people, some investors, some wealthy kingdom sowers, some people who are looking to provide. And so there are some people who want to give you money, who want to support you, but you're not asking the right questions. So success, the myth has told you, find people who've done what you've done and do that. Don't do what they did. Go find out what they have not done, but that they aspire to do, and they need your help. They need your expertise. They need your network. They need your prayer. They need your strategy. They need your education you've been getting in the background while you were coming up to your next level. They need you. And that's the biggest lesson I had to learn. You want to know how I overcame intimidation of being in the room? I promise. I would find myself, and I was like, God, how in the world did I get here? I remember July of last year, I was at a conference and I sat in everybody on the panel in front of me. I was in an intimate setting with maybe 12 people in front of 5 millionaires. And I'm talking about 10 million plus. And all they kept saying was, Melissa, ask us a question. And I felt so crazy and stupid in that moment because I didn't know the right question to ask, because I did not know. Had I known then what I know now, I would have asked them, hey, I know what you have done. What is something you want to do that you've never done and you don't know how to do? And then I listen. Because even the person that I think is uber successful, if they've never started a podcast and they don't know the first thing about media, they need me. I'm the answer. If they know if they know their profession and they've made millions of dollars doing marketing or running an agency or doing something else, but they have never spoken on the stage, they need me. Do you understand what I'm saying? Success is not trying to match round for round instructions of what somebody else has done. It is partnering with them to do something that you've never done before. That's disruptive. That is success. And that is a changed mind. Let me read the last of my notes and let you guys go on to your evening. I love it. Y'all all right? Can y'all talk back to me? I see y'all on here. I see you watching. I just want to know that you okay. Y'all all right? 4 myths. Let me run it back. And if this was good to you, I've been on here for what? About right at an hour. If this was good to you and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so ready for success for real. I'm ready for a new mind for real. I'm ready for sound teaching, sound community. I'm ready to stop repeating things because they sound good, but actually having a new mind. Valerie said, not okay. Not okay, but so necessary. I'm going to check on you, okay? Sis, I'm going to check on you. It's okay. I'm here to hold your hand. I'm not okay either right now because this wrecked me. I was like, oh, yeah. I'm not. Valerie said, I'm not okay. You're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. Let me run these back to you really quick. Myth number 1, study your wins and repeat them. When you should really celebrate your wins, but study your losses, like Michael Jordan. Go back and watch if you missed any of what I said in the beginning. Number 2, the myth is be authentic, stay down, stay the same. When the truth is really your old self and your new self cannot coexist at the same time. All right. Myth number 3 is to get into rooms where you don't know anybody. And the truth of the matter is your mindset. And now, again, take this in context. You won't know people literally. They may not know you literally. But a key sign that you have come up to the next level you're in the right room is they will recognize you as an answer. Know the spirit by the spirit. They will recognize you. God will usher you into a room where they will know you. All right. And myth number four is find those who've done what you've done and repeat it. And that's not how the next level works. You are not created here to duplicate what others have done. You were created and sent here to do the impossible, the unthinkable, the unimaginable thing beyond what you can ask, think, or conceive in your mind. Partner with those who have the resources of wealth, success, knowledge, community, relationship. It might take what you're an expert of at your level and the money or resources that someone else has at another level to break the wall of resistance and hit a new level of success. I pray that this blessed you. Look, if this was good and you like, Mel, I just spent an hour with you and my mind is blown. Well, if an hour was good, imagine hanging out with me for a whole week in a phenomenal setting for us to really be our true selves, living not just an activated life. I'm not about activation. And that's not all it is. You can't just live activated all the time. You have to elevate. You have to come up. And so I invite you to come up to the next level with me. If this was good for you, you need to join me tomorrow for our live info session. We have just launched my second annual international retreat. We're going, like, if an hour was this good, imagine 8 days of living the new life that God has called you to. I mean, really getting a glimpse to the stages and the people and the opportunity and the places. Don't just step out of your dream. Literally, the retreat series came from a dream. I've dreamed these destinations. God showed me the room and the people and what it looks like. And I'm inviting you for a week with me on the sea. This is our activation summit at sea. And it's just a matter of a decision that, hey, I'm ready to get in the rooms where my next level knows me. I'm ready to partner with people doing a new thing. I'm ready to be heard as the person I'm called to be and not the old me. So tomorrow, listen, this is what you need to do. Listen to me well. Go to activationcoach.net/retreat 2024. You will get a Zoom link, 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. We will be on 8 ports. We're leaving out of Barcelona, Spain, on July 23rd. I believe I got to look at my notes, 23rd or 26th. But either way, I will be answering questions. I will be giving you information. I will be telling you. I mean, and the deal is crazy bananas. The rate that we locked in. What God is doing, what He gave us favor for. If you want to know more about this opportunity, then what you need to do, if you're ready, and if you're like, you know what, Melissa, whatever level you're at, just come listen, come get the information, listen to the new you. I'm inviting you to an opportunity to see you on a ship off the European coast. I'm inviting you to see you in Cannes, France, and Barcelona, Spain. I'm inviting you to rooms with international speakers that I've spoken on stages with, who live in Italy, who live in France, and they will be waiting for you to pour into you on this ship. This year, I'm not playing small, and I'm inviting you to go big with me, to redefine success for real, to live an activated and elevated life for real, to live God's definition of success for real. And so again, you can be on Zoom with me live in person, just like I'm talking to you right now. I can see your face, you can see mine, you can ask questions. I will be giving you all of the details of how to hold your spot for a very low rate. Again, that will be tomorrow. Somebody drop this in the chat for me and help me out, family. Tomorrow, somebody type tomorrow, 5 p.m. Tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern. The Zoom link, I'm going to drop that here. There we go. Praise God, amen. All right, I just put it on the screen. activationcoach.net/retreat 2024. All right. I will pin this comment. Click on that link. Just type in your name, your email, and you will automatically get the Zoom. You have to sign up. That's the only way you get the link. You have to sign up because I got to know that you're serious about not repeating the myths and the lies you're told, getting truth and up leveling your life to success that God wants you to have. I would be honored to not only coach you, but to live life with you. Y'all, I made a promise to myself: no more professional success and failing in life. Some of you are a successful professional win, but you're hurting on the inside. You know that there's more for you, and I'm here to coach you and hold your hand. But we gonna have fun while we do this in France, in Spain, and in Italy. So I hope to see you tomorrow. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern, live on Zoom. Thank you so much, sis. Thank you, Dashe, for helping me with that. ActivationCoach.net Retreat 2024. Just type in your name, your email, and I will see you live 5 p.m. to answer questions and tell you how to hold your space and how to step into that dream with me on a ship in the Mediterranean, July 2024. I see you there, family. I love you. Stay activated, but most importantly, get elevated. Don't just activate and not go up. Nobody starts a car to stay in the same place. We're going to rev this thing up and get to the destination, not going forward, but going higher. God bless you all. I'll see you on the next one. Love your family. Good night.